Hello students, in this video we are going to study about acids. So what are acids? What are acids? Acids are generally sour in taste. Acids are generally sour in taste. Okay. They furnishes. Furnishes means they gives. What they gives? They gives H plus ions in water. Okay. Now acid gives H plus ions in water. There is a term called basicity of an acid. What do you mean by basicity of an acid? What do you mean by basicity of an acid? So what do you mean by basicity of an acid? The number of replaceable hydrogen present in an acid. The number of replaceable hydrogen present in an acid is called its basicity. Okay. Now this is the basicity. Now suppose we are taking HCl. Its basicity is 1. If you are taking sulfuric acid H2SO4, its basicity is 2. Since it contains 2 hydrogen, its basicity is 1. Since it contains 1 hydrogen, its basicity is 2. Since it contains 2 hydrogen. Okay, now sir. If you take phosphoric acid, its basicity is 3. Okay, but if you take acetic acid, which is CH3COOH, okay, let me make the diagram of this. CH3COOH, it is called acetic acid or even vinegar. Okay, so in this there are 4 hydrogen, but it furnishes only 1 H plus ions, so its basicity is 1. We should not fail in the tab that there are 4 hydrogen and its basicity will be 4. Its basicity is 1. So this is about acid. Now we will study about the reaction that the acid gives. So what type of reaction acid gives means the chemical properties of acid we are going to study now. Okay. So what happens when an acid reacts with a base, it forms salt and water, and that reaction is called neutralization reaction. So when an acid reacts with water, when an acid reacts with a base, it forms salt and water. It forms salt and water, and such reaction is called neutralization reaction. Okay. Suppose we are taking an acid HCl and a base NaOH. They will react with each other, forming NaCl, which is a salt, and water, that is H2O. Now the next case is what happens when acid reacts with metals. Suppose we have taken a metal like zinc and we have taken an acid sulfuric acid. So what it will give? It will give zinc sulfate, which is a salt, and hydrogen gas will be liberated. So whenever an acid reacts with a metal, we get hydrogen gas. Now what happens when an acid reacts with carbonate? If there is an acid and it reacts with the carbonate, suppose carbonate means sodium carbonate, so it will give out carbon dioxide gas. With metallic bicarbonates also, acid gives carbon dioxide gas. With metallic bicarbonates also, it gives carbon dioxide gas. Okay. Now if there is acid, how can we know whether the substance is acidic or basic? So by the help of indicators. So what are indicators? We have to know. Indicators are the substances which tells whether a substance is acidic or basic. Okay, suppose if you take blue litmus paper, this blue litmus paper in presence of acid will turn red. So blue litmus paper turns to red when acid is poured in it. Okay, so these are the indicators. Like blue litmus paper is an indicator which turns acid to red. Okay. Now there are some other indicators, phenolphthalein, methyl orange. There are some natural indicators such as turmeric juice. Okay, and then there is a question that what happens, which acid is present in our stomach. The acid which is present in our stomach is HCl. So if there is over secretion of HCl in our stomach, we suffer from a disease called acidity. Actually, we suffer from acidity if the secretion of HCl is more. So to get relief from this, the tablets of milk of magnesia is given. Why? Because milk of magnesia is none other than magnesium hydroxide, and this magnesium hydroxide is a base. It will react with this acid and we will get relief. Also, if a bee stings, it gives formic acid in our body. So to get relief, we can pour some basic substances to get relief from that. So that type of reaction in which acid reacts with the base to give salt and water is called neutralization reaction. So this was a small description about acid. Now there are certain acid which are organic acid which we can eat. Okay, like citric acid, tartaric acid, acetic acid. These are weak acid which we can consume. Okay, like lemon contains citric acid. Okay, apple contains malic acid. That we can consume. But there are certain mineral acid like nitric acid, sulfuric acids, and hydrochloric acid. These are very strong acid. We should never consume them. They are very strong acid. We should never consume them. They are corrosive in nature. If you consume, the effect will be, the consequences will be very serious. So we should never taste them. What acid we can consume? It is acetic acid. It can be citric acid. Okay, it can be malic acid. Those acids which we can consume are generally organic acids. Organic acids are weak acids. Okay. So I hope you understood this. Thanks for watching this video.